Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with 40 Years of Mills and Boone, and part of a selection. I've already DNF'd one of them, didn't read the other one, and here's the Italian's Christmas Miracle by Lucy Gordon of the book Christmas Miracles and Marriages. Right, starts again. 3, 2. Well, hi YouTubers, hi, I'm back with 40 Years of Mills and Boone, and it's part of the selection of Christmas Marriages and Miracles. This one is by Lucy Gordon, it's the first, okay? Last one I actually DNF'd because it was terrible, and this one is the Italian's Christmas Miracle. Brooding Italian Diego De Luca and lawyer Alyssa Dennis are brought together by a shocking betrayal. But as they strike an unlikely friendship and forbidden awareness simmers, as Christmas approaches, could the joy of the season make the two of them and Diego's motherless child a family? Okay, so this is the blur. Basically, Alyssa's husband was having an affair with Diego's wife. Yeah, and they meet at basically a memorial for the fallen, if you will. And there's a couple of friendship, and it's really weird. So just kind of settling like, yeah, your husband was having an affair with my wife, and kind of leaving it to that. It just goes into, they want to know the truth. I'm like, well, the truth is kind of obvious, okay? The truth is kind of obvious, okay? Like this bit here, okay? Right. This bit here, right. The cold February sunlight glittered over the place where 15 people had died in one terrible moment. They'd been there 1 year ago today, and the crowd of mourners were there to remember the loved ones they had lost. As spent for the fallen victims, the service was held in both Italian and English. Let us remember them at their best with pride. Let us rejoice in having known them. Okay? Let us rejoice in having known them. Right. I didn't lose anyone, he said. I'm just curious. He was a nice lad. He gave a rueful sigh. So you can point anyone up to me. No one wants to talk, and anyone I can recognise here is Diego De Luca. Jumped at the name. Is he here? He's the man over there scowling. Right. She saw where he pointed. Her first impression of Diego De Luca was of darkness. His hair was dark, and so were his eyes, which mysteriously managed to be piercing at the same time. It wasn't just a matter of appearance. This darkness was there inside him, in his heart, in his mind, in perhaps his soul. Lisa shivered slightly. Right. Right. So speaking to this journalist, okay, she just says she doesn't know anyone, but this is the reality is. I came here to, she doesn't say, I came here to mourn the man I loved, but who betrayed me, abandoned me, and an unborn child, a child he never knew about, then died of his lover. She never had a husband and child, but she deserted them as he deserted me. So she had a husband and child, but she deserted him as she deserted me. I don't know why I came, except I couldn't stay away. So basically, since her miscarriage and her husband's death, she throws herself into her work. She basically closes off her heart to love. She's devastated. She's desperate, and she meets Drago. He invites her to dinner. Okay, alright. And she meets obviously Drago's mother-in-law. Okay, who talks about, you know, like the things that you talk about. She's supposed to dinner with him, but it's oh, okay. We've got to get to the truth. Well, it's so why? Well, this shouldn't be a story. Okay. Should be sharply aware of tensions at the table, especially between Drago and his mother-in-law, whom he addressed as Elena. For her part, she looked at him as little as possible, talked determinedly about Carlotta, apparently been a perfect daughter, mother and wife. Drago spoken truly when he said mother-in-law had no idea of the truth, or if she had, she rejected in favour of a more bearable explanation. Right. And obviously, Kay, raising young Tina, her daughter, who is growing up without a mother, and of course, Asa kind of step into that, and they become friends and get close. And he pretty much kidnaps her to go over to his lodge to talk, and she almost freezes to death, and it's absolutely so ridiculous. But this bit here, okay, this bit here, and I really didn't like this, okay, about Drogo, okay, alright, this bit here. You can't escape the past, but I can and I have. He moved away from her. Maybe you have, he agreed, but are you sure you took the best route out of it? What the devil do you mean? Devil is right, he said with grim humour. I think it must have been the devil who told you to survive by pretending that you weren't a woman at all. What? You crop your hair close, dress like a man. He sprang to her feet and confronted him. You call Elena 19th century. You may not have heard of it, but women have been wearing trousers for years. Sure, but you're not trying to assert your independence. You're trying to turn yourself into a neutral creature, without a woman's heart or a woman's feelings. How dare you? She began to pace the room back and forth, clenching her fist. Okay? So to cope with her husband, okay, she dresses like a man by having cropped hair and wearing trousers. And you sort of thinking, he's just a dick. He's a dick drug. You frankly kidnapped her. And, you know, there's a bit, okay, where at like his lodge, okay, she finds Elena's clothes and she just rips them apart. She rips them apart, okay, because of what Carlotta did, you know, the affair of her husband. And she just destroys the place in her grief. It's just thinking, this is so wrong, and these people just need therapy, a lot of therapy. And Elena kidnaps Tina, okay, abducts her because obviously she's grieving for her daughter and she's not in her right mind. So there's a little kidnapping thing going on. Right, right, here we go. Right, it's when Katie sees Drogo again. Drogo didn't immediately reply and she had time to study him. Now she wondered how she recognised him. His face had been haggard all day, and that was deathly. A man who'd seen a ghastly vision of him might have his burning eyes, but she refused to feel sympathy. She couldn't afford it. I'm sorry, she said. I'd rather not have to do this, but something has happened. You can't go back to England until you know everything. Okay? Because letters. Because Drogo wrote, sorry, her husband wrote Elaine, Carlotta letters, and she has to see them. She has to see these letters. She doesn't just give them to her. Okay? Just give them to her and move on. Okay? Right. Drogo studied the content of the next letter with a set face, but Grim was cruel as he read on. Right. You say your husband is a harsh man, my love. It breaks my heart to think you trapped there with him, the victim of his bullying, but it won't be long now before I come to rescue you. It's a lie, Drogo said violently. I didn't bully her. Others maybe, but not her or Tina, I swear it. How could she tell such a lie, he demanded. She was playing a part, saying what she thought would fire him up. Okay? James ran into a woman he passionately adored and with different from the casual love he'd given her that her heart ached. Okay? Right. He's thinking it's just when it goes on for too long. Everything can be sorted out. Essentially, my husband James is having an affair with your wife. Let us work exchange. Let's read them together. Let's maybe become friends. But it's just ridiculous. It's just pointless and ridiculous. You know, the Italian Christmas miracle. What's the miracle? Okay, what, they get together at the end. Okay, and they would kind of heal on from their broken hearts and move on. Oh, I was done with it, but I still read it anyway. So, part of the Christmas miracles and marriages. Not really a trio to write home about. Oh yeah, so short review. Not that great. Okay, and also okay, Drogo is a typical very very wealthy Italian, brooding and mysterious. You know, passionate. Of course, he bloody is. Okay. And of course, okay, as course Alicia, okay, is more in her husband, okay. Oh, only later on, okay, she dresses more feminine and she grows her hair out and she becomes, in his eyes, a woman again. Oh, pretentious, pathetic, you know. Women can have any style they want, okay. It doesn't mean, okay, they're masculine or androgynous, okay, by having short cropped hair. Hey, if I could carry off that look, I'd have cropped hair. It's easy to manage, but I can't carry it off. So, he's a dick. She's a wet blanket. They're pathetic together. They get together at the end. I'm signing off here. Bye now.